All right, here we are, people. Sunday. What is today? What Sunday is this? Sunday, March 12th. Getting ready for the week ahead, the show that's about to go down, this bangerang, this sideways game. Uh, 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 Here's a Sunday market prep. Got a video in. Janet Yellen basically is ruling out any bailouts from what this video is going through. I'm going through this job for the first time as well. Any bailouts for the Silicon Valley Bank, and basically they're saying the banking sector. So they're trying to stand up and say that there's not going to be any bailouts from. Let's just tap in and watch this here. Let's get it.
We go now to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Madam Secretary, good morning.
Good morning, Margaret.
I want to get straight to it because the markets will soon reopen for trading. Does the government need to intervene and take emergency measures because of SVB's failure?
Well, let me say America's economy relies on...
I'm just going to tell you out the gate, I can already tell by the shuffling that's starting, they're not about to go straight into this. Don't sit up here. The banking sector, these people are never going to come out and say, oh, no, we're toast, because people will panic. We already have a possible bank run start. We don't know how this week is going to unfold. But let me finish it, because I got a bunch of keynotes I want to hit on at the end of this video.
A safe and sound banking system that can provide for the credit needs of our households and businesses. So whenever a bank, especially one like Silicon Valley Bank with billions of dollars in deposits fails, it's clearly a concern. From the standpoint of depositors, many of which may be small businesses, they rely on access to their funds to be able to pay the bills that they have, and they employ tens of thousands of people across the country. We've been hearing from those depositors and other concerned people this weekend. So let me say that I've been working all weekend with our banking regulators to design appropriate policies to address this situation. I can't really provide further details at this time, but what I do want to do is emphasize that the American banking system...
Wait a minute. I know this lady did not just shuffle all the way over the question and then say basically, yeah, no, I can't give you any info. What?
Is really safe and well capitalized. It's resilient.
Can you say whether these problems were unique to Silicon Valley Bank, or can you say whether there will be other regional bank failures?
Well, look, let me just say that we want to make sure that the troubles that exist at one bank don't create contagion to others that are sound. And a goal always of supervision and regulation is to make sure that contagion can't occur.
Your counterpart in the United Kingdom has said that the government there has ruled out a bailout of the UK arm of Silicon Valley Bank. Have you
United Kingdom already out
that kind of government intervention?
Here we go.
Well, let me be clear that during the financial crisis, there were investors and owners of systemic large banks that were bailed out, and we're certainly not looking, and the reforms that have been put in place means that we're not going to do that again, but we are concerned about depositors and are focused on trying to meet.
Hit that back one more time. You heard it, confirmation. Bailouts a no-go.
And are focused on trying to meet their needs.
Do you expect
again? But we are reforms that have been put in place means that we're not going to do that again. But we are concerned about depositors and are focused on trying to meet their needs.
Do you expect it?
So government's throwing his hands up here. Government's saying, boy, look at that face over there, boy. It's some heat up under that. But I'm saying like this, government is saying we're not going for bailouts for the Silicon Valley Bank, and basically the contagion that arises from it. They're basically saying there's not going to be handouts for those that were over leveraging those sectors in the finance. So
a deal or something to happen that can reassure the markets before Asia opens tonight and U.S. markets open tomorrow?
We certainly are working to address this situation in a timely way.
Now, I know you know this region of the country so well because you served at the San Francisco
She ain't
Fed
answered one question
years ago.
But that one right there,
the tech sector has already been suffering from layoffs. It's already under pressure, and this is really the hub of American innovation. How severe will the consequences be for that innovation?
I think it depends on how this situation is resolved, but well aware that many startup firms have deposits and venture capital firms have deposits at this bank.
She's telling y'all who's already hitting the line. Like, if you don't know that Silicon Valley was a big startup bank as far as for loaning and them holding their money there, venture capitalists, that's Silicon Valley were in the tech sector. So a lot of these, there's some big names that were in here. There's some big names that was in here. Of course, I don't know if we'll ever get out there or if somebody will be able to do the research to get down and to figure out who it is, but there's some big names tied up in this.
That have been affected by its failure. So this is something we're working to try to resolve.
When you look big picture at this bank had massive exposure to this one particular industry. How did government regulators miss that risk?
I would say that although the tech sector has been suffering from a downturn and has had some significant layoffs, the problems of this bank from reporting about its situation suggest that because we're in a higher interest rate environment, assets that it holds, many of which are treasury assets or mortgage-backed securities that are guaranteed by the government, lose market value. And the problems of the tech sector aren't at the heart of the problems of this bank.
Do you foresee?
So basically, she just, in other words, said it's not the tech sector that's the cause of this. She's alluding that right there. She's alluding to saying there's another reason behind this bank's collapse. Whether that been bad loans or whether that been bad investments, loaning out to those over shorting, we don't know. But she, again,
what's happening now,
Miss Yellen,
making it harder
she ain't
for
yelling,
Fed Chair Powell to continue with the kind of rate hikes he's indicated he plans.
The Federal Reserve is independent and charged with making judgments about what the appropriate course of action is
they basically
to
wash their hands. I got nothing to do with it.
And also to achieve their inflation and employment goals. And I'm not going to comment on what the appropriate response is.
They locked up.
They
locked up. They're not going to tell.
In weeks to come.
They will not snitch.
Would you be open to a foreign bank coming in as a white knight to help stabilize the situation with Silicon Valley Bank?
Bitch, say no to that.
So this is really a decision for the FDIC as it decides on what the best course is to resolve.
Next week, we got a lot of heat coming
in. And I'm sure they're considering a wide range of available options that would include acquisitions.
Madam Secretary, I'm told you are tight on time, and I have to leave it there. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, Margaret.
All right, guys. So, all right, we got a week ahead of us, and then even the week after that, March 22nd, the Fed talk. That's going to be an action-packed one. Guys, coming in tomorrow on Monday, I have a couple things noted down. Guys, prepare for market annihilation. Like I said, the Fed has raised interest rates to curb higher than expected inflation. The SVB bank financial crisis will also be compounded to cause fear. Guys, we got fear. This is fear. Markets haven't even opened up, and from what I'm hearing from retail sentiment and from what I'm seeing, there's already fear. Market is shook with fear, and I already know how this usually goes. Then at the same time, which again, like I said, these are going to cause a greater sell-off just because there's even more fear in the market. You know, we don't know how vigorous this contagion might be with this bank run. You get to start running, people start running for their money, things can get sideways. Another keynote, keep an eye out this basically this weekend on through for Tesla for some good entry points. It hit $200 and rejected hard down to 170 prior to all this information slamming out Friday, Saturday, everything that's coming through. So like I said, I'm a firm advocate. Hey, everybody, land hold. Check the stern. Everybody, we're on our boats. We're driving this thing to the island of financial freedom. But these are the things where you got to be able to know where to put your money in things that will be good investments for the future. Like I said, I'm heavy on Tesla. But like I said, look for price. You might be able to scoop you up some Tesla getting back down at their 130 range based off the way the fear is coming in, right? Keep an eye on Bed Bath & Beyond. From March 10th through the 17th, there's 250,000 plus calls at I think 150 or 170 strike price. Be looking out for that. Hey, we got this Black Swan event occurring. Keynote with the Silicon Valley Bank. 97% of the money in Silicon Valley was uninsured. So I know everybody see it. They got the 250,000. These people had more than 250,000, guys. 97% of that money was uninsured. So there's a big debacle happening. Keep an eye on Credit Suisse, who directly holds under I think it was a million AMC shares they use for loaning. Watch these banks. All right. Another side note that somebody was talking about in the comments, and like I said, much shout outs for talking in the comments, guys. I appreciate, that's what I really want to have is retail sentiment. I want to have us having a conversation down there in comments. So if you have any notes, anything you want to add, bring it down in that comment section. But basically, FINRA did slide in an amendment to that rule for 4210, which changed the implementation date last year to October 25th on the margin call regulations, which is right around when these banks started going down. So we're in a little sticky spot to where don't expect immediate margin calls off on people's. They already slid this in a couple months ago to be able to give themselves a little bit more leeway. But I do not think that there's an expectation for how fast this spread. Guys, the American dollar, hey, you better be investing at XRP. Get you in some good cryptos. I'm telling you now, the American dollar is going to be wiped out here in the next 2 years. It's gonna be crypto. We're gonna have centralized currency, digital centralized currency. We're not at this rate. What's going on with this? Things are flaking off and falling off. This is still things that are spinning off from back in 2008. That was a cover up to what's going on now. That was a cover up to what happened. I'm not gonna say anything specifically. And then now here we are to this. This is the Bible, guys. We got a Black Swan event, like I say, Black Swan event. But hey. That was just a Sunday market prep talk, guys. We got a little action coming in. Everybody get yourselves ready. You should be preparing. I'm going to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as I always am. But this is not the week to be kind of lazing around and playing around, especially if you're holding momentum stocks. Our stocks are supposed to run inverse to the market, but obviously the market does what it wants. Market makers do what they want. But if there was going to be a time for movement, we're coming up into a window of time to where we might be able to do some, jigging this thing. But just keep it in. Like I said, we're going to be bringing in all these live reports. This is exciting and scary, I guess, at the same time. Like I said, we prepare for this. This is what being an investor is about. But, hey, retail, we're here. It's time to start moving as a unit. Those are your brothers over at Bed Bath & Beyond. These are your brothers over at AMC. Those are your brothers over in Mullen, whatever it may. This is all retail. This is our time. Hey, everybody needs to be aware. Don't have this cover pulled on you. They could do a flip to where markets go up because people are betting that it's going down. Just be aware. Everybody needs to be fully aware of next week. This is not a time to play around and make assumptions. We're all just watching. We're absorbing information. I'm bringing in whatever I catch and putting it up on here. Like I said, I'm thankful for everybody's giving me all the support. I've wanted to do this for a long time, but this stuff that kind of tickles my fancy, I guess would be the word. But hey, we got some interesting times. Hey, good. Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in, and more content to come if you like it. Hey, please subscribe. If you want to know about XRP, I've already made a video. Go check out in the financial markets tab of It's So my XRP video, kind of give them a summarization. These are quick 10-minute videos, just kind of giving you a full little breakdown of how it works. And then, of course, it's up to you to go and do a little bit more research. But this is just where you catch the seed. Hey, appreciate y'all guys. What they say, it's been a mon experience. Appreciate y'all boys so much. Thank you.